welcome today at the time Mr. Alcázar from Spain. We are here with you for this second day of this SGP France. So, Angel, everything is okay?
Bonjour everyone. So we are going to have another exciting day here in Buno, broadcasting the task. As we did yesterday, we are going to condense the task that is more or less in 3 hours in a little over 35 minutes. Okay, let's go for it.
So for now, you have the current position of competitors you have, but it's just before the start. You can see at the bottom left of the screen. It was 13:58 local time. And on the top of the screen you have the start countdown. We are just 1 minute, a bit above 1 minute before start. And we made pause just to have an overview on the task of the day. So the race is now I think you know you can see the northwest coast of France on the top left of the screen. And Buno is where you have all pilots now. Bravo 3, Tango Alpha Fox, Tiff, and BW3. They are just off Paris for 60 kilometers. So this morning we had some quite good forecast for weather. So it was okay. We will go today for a big task. And big task is 250, so it's not such a big task, but it's okay today as a practice day. So now yes, Hal is focusing on the start area, and you can see that there was two gaggers of pilots, one on the left and one on the right side of the start line, and they were just waiting for me to open the start line. So we will push on start and see what was going on the start line. So now you can see on the top of the screen the countdown is counting down properly. So we are just close to 1 minute before start. Attitude, thank you, Helen. Attitude is interesting also because they have managed to be just below 1,128 meters. So as you can see for now it's just 1 minute short of the opening of the start line. And they are China, from Germany, is close to 1,400 meters. So he will have to manage to be lower. But in fact, they are not so close to the start line. So they will have to glide to lose altitude and to lose energy. So I think they just managed to be at the nice 1,128. We'll see that. Okay. 30 seconds short of the start line opening. And on the left of the Bravo 3, another French Germany, a young pilot, first Prix. And so something. It's a practice day, first day for him, so he do okay, and we do best. Delta Alpha, you can see Delta Alpha is close to Bravo 3 and Mr. Poyo from France. Used to be French team, so good pilot. Okay, now two gaggers are going to start gate and start gate is open, as you can see on the top of the screen. So we can cross the start line now. And what do you think of this scenario now on the airfield start line?
First of all, this regatta style is wonderful from the field, but it's also wonderful on the internet. Okay, so it's one of the beauties, and it's a way to attract people because on our sport we need to make this sport available or approachable for the general public.
So you will focus. Okay, they made a pretty start, and the attitude seems to be okay. The weather was not so good on the airfield from the beginning. A lot of cumulus, too much cumulus. Call this spread out. And this is a bit of a problem because we are looking for we are searching energy means sun. So there was too much clouds in the air. That's why we have two groups like this. But yes, okay. The main focus is on the
is to start line. Another one is look for another idea, another solution to make a good start. But the start is okay, and we are going to on the first leg of this 260 plus kilometers to go.
Okay, but it's too separated. What is your opinion, Benji? Why are so separated? Means that they are doing two totally different tasks, correct?
Yeah, we are still in a practice day, and Delta Alpha and Bravo Whiskey 3, the two pilots on the left part of the screen, it's their first takeoff on Brno airfield. So I think they made a start because they want also to make a start, and they want to practice the start. So it was good practice for them, but then they don't care if it's not really a good start and going straight on the first turn point. So it was much more for fun and training for them. But then weather is still a problem when you have a lot of clouds. So mainly they are looking for sun and sunny area. So that's why also they are spreading like this with two groups and two different directions.
And they are going to the east, but it's really going to the south. What do you think that is going on?
Yeah, if we can see now on the screen, yes, we have a better overview of the screen. Yes, they made it on the east, and I think it was just a big spread out, vertical of the airfield, and so vertical of the start line, unfortunately for them. So they made it quite east and towards it at first, looking for a first big lift to gain altitude. Oh, we could also have a view on Alain Mazzalera, just because it's interesting. Alain, you can see, is higher than the other people. In fact, Alain, as I told yesterday, Alain is also a pilot who is making really long flights. And he decided this morning, because he knows all the rules of Grand Prix, and he doesn't need any training, he decided to make it on his own. So he started really early and to try to make 1,000 kilometers. So he's not in the race. So let's go back to the pilots in the race. So the start is done. Perhaps we will go to the first 10 points.
Okay, let's put the time machine to work.
Exactly, just pushing time. So we can master the time. It is huge for us, as you can see, and we will go close to the first 10 points.
You have it there.
Okay, so you Angel, you are the master of all data and all tracking systems. So you can explain perhaps why we are losing some pilots. As you can see, when it's full colors, we have good data from them. But when it's not good full colors, we are losing data. So please explain how it works exactly.
Okay, the idea is the following. All of those gliders, they have a device inside that is called FLARM, that is being used for anti-collision. That is the goal and the design of that device. But at the same time that this device is sending the position to be received by other gliders and avoid collisions, we are able from the ground to receive the same signals, and integrating those signals through a set of stations, we are able to know where are all the gliders. That is like having a radar, okay? It's functional equivalent to having a radar where the different gliders are transmitting their own position every other second. And sometimes what happens is that the antenna for transmitting this position is in the front of the glider. So if the station is in the back of the glider, we are blocking the same station. But if we are circling, we are in a thermal, okay, you will see that it appears and disappears all the time. But it's a very good idea where the glider it is and what are the altitude, what is the heading they're doing, how is the level, how is climbing, and so on and so forth.
So, Angel, basically, they have a device in the glider, and this device, they are speaking to each other between the gliders.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this is for a collision avoidance.
Exactly,
yeah.
Anti-collision, yeah.
And it's also this device is also speaking or just emitting signal, and you have big antennas on the ground.
Exactly.
So you gave her all the information. Okay, and this is all this information we can use for tracking. So it's just interesting because we have spotted that Mr. Mazadera, who is not making the race of today, was with them on the first turn point, but he did not make the start. So it's just for fun. But then, we were not expecting that they would make the race because of the weather not so good. But yes, they are still in the air and not low, 1,000 meters, and some of them are 1,300 meters. So it's good, really good.
Let's go for the next turning point.
Yeah, time machine is on. Yeah, okay. This is really interesting now. We are on the third turn point. Second turn point. Well, yeah, okay. Let's make it third. Yeah. So eastern turn point, and the leading race. The leader is DID. You can see DID. It's Didier House. He's a Frenchman. He's currently in the French team, and he used to won one final of a Grand Prix in Sisteron, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and he's one of the top pilots we are here. So it's really interesting to see that he's really competitive now, and he wants to do something. So. And then we have Charlie. Charlie is Christoph Sturm. Okay, just disappear. Tango India Fox. Oh, Tango India Fox. She's Haute Grangerie from yesterday also, and she's in the lead also. She's current world champion in gliding. So let's see what will going on with Haute Grangerie in the following days, because she wants to also make a point. Okay, I'm world champion as a woman, but I can do also something in Grand Prix with all of you pilots from any sex at the end. And then Lima Yankee, Kai Lindenberg, our German top pilot. Okay, you can see Grangerie and Frederick Hoyo. And then perhaps if you can click on Kai Lindenberg, Mr. Lima Yankee. Yeah, from Germany. Kai he knows what is a Grand Prix. He made a lot of Grand Prix, and he wants to qualify for the final. And even if it's just training days, we have not to forget it's just a training days today, but they make it really, really seriously, and the commitment is already there. Okay, we push a bit the time machine, and we will be close to real time now. So yesterday, Angel, we spoke about the scenery. For you, it's really different than home.
It's very flat, and it's quite similar to my own experience at home in Lijo. However, the levels that you fly here are way much lower than what I'm used to.
Yeah, it's typical in plain area in France. We are flying on bad days. It's a bit below 1,000 meter above mean sea level, and when it's really good day, it's a bit more than 2,000 meters above mean sea level. So the typical day is 1,400, 1,500, and you can see that on the right of the screen you have altitude of all the pilots, the current altitude. And Jacques Paluot is from Brittany, west part of France. He is 1,400 and something. So it's a typical day in France. The only problem is really too much moisture, so too much clouds, and sometimes they have to avoid these parts with a lot of clouds and a lot of shade on the ground. So yeah, let's focus on what makes us energy. Yesterday I told about the fact that we need altitude. This is really when you have a car, you put gasoline in the car. This is energy of a car. For sailplane, energy is altitude. We need to gain altitude. So the pilots, they are looking for this energy, altitude. So yes, we have current position in 2D, two dimension. Thank you. Okay.
Well known.
2D. So we have current position in 2D now on the screen. You can see with the ID. So DJ House, who is really close to what we call finish. When I say finish, it's okay. They will have to reach Bino Airfield, but then, as yesterday, they will have to make a small triangle, 20 kilometers of just small turn points, and then back home. So yes, yeah, you can see there is a triangle on the close to Bino Airfield on the left of the screen.
So we have Charlie Hotel, Tango India Foxtrot, Lima Yankee in the third turning point, and Delta India Delta a little bit ahead of them. Okay.
You can see also on the screen there is Charlie Tango. CT is quite central, a bit left of the screen.
But you can see that he decided not to go to the third turning point.
Yeah. So
and perhaps has to turn the engine or something like that.
Charlie Tango is Philippe Depechy, and Philippe Depechy is also well known in France. He's head of a sport commission in FFVV, the National Association who is organizing sailplane sport in France. And he has a trick in his sailplane. Yeah, it's a G29E. This is the type. Forget it about the name, but the E in the type means I have an engine inside. And sometimes when you are low, you don't have any more energy, or you want just to go home safe and fast. Okay, you use your engine. So it's basically a small engine in the sailplane with a small propeller, and we use it to go back to home. So let's focus on the race.
You want to check where our good friend Alain is doing?
Who Alain? Yeah. Alain Mazelera. You can see Zulu Alpha, ZA, a bit at the bottom of the screen. So Alain is now in the area we are calling, it's a big forest. It's just south of the Loire Valley, Loire River. It's big valley and big river. Not the big valley, but it's a big river because it's flat. It's also flatland. But he is close to a big forest, and he's still flying. I don't know where, but I don't think he will make 1,000 kilometers today.
No,
it's quite slow.
It's a tough day.
Yeah, it's a tough day for everybody. But I'm really pleased that we are so much committed at the end, because it's a practice day, and we have to be in just 1 hour and 30 for the opening ceremony. It's official opening ceremony in Milly-la-Forêt. Milly-la-Forêt is a report point on the north. It's a small town, and I told them you have to be here for the opening ceremony. But they are okay, and they want to make the race, and they did it. So DJ first, and we have some information from Delta Alpha. Delta Alpha is Mr. Frédéric Oyo, Frenchman also, and they are on what we call the last leg, or the last big leg. It's not properly the last leg because you don't forget they have to make the small triangle at the end. But they are coming back to the airfield now, and we are close to the finish of the race. Angel, as it's not a flatland in your area, home, where you fly, do you have also this kind of big snaking rivers like we have here, or it's
no,
different?
We have small hills, and usually these small hills of 200 meters, not big mountains, just hills, that are usually a good points where the thermals will concentrate and will create convergence. Okay, so the wind coming from the south hitting the wind coming from the north, and creates a convergent line, and we can fly those convergence lines, and it's a beauty because it's like going to 250 kilometers per hour, okay, with no turning.
Okay, so yeah, it's interesting because when we are speaking about energy and the management of the energy for the pilots, this is flatland, so it's really different. But from your country,
okay, we are back. Hell.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have some interruption. It was just a technical problem with one of the computer who is making the broadcast. So yeah, this is sometime. Okay, we are back. Hell.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have some interruption. It was just a technical problem with
so
one
yeah,
of
yeah,
the computer who is making
last big leg with Didier.
yeah, this is sometime. Okay, we are back. Hell.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have some interruption. It was just a technical problem with.
So focus a bit on Didier, please.
Sure.
Okay, this is interesting. Yeah. Especially the altitude of Didier is 840 something. We'll see it in a few seconds. Yes, we are with Didier. We just lost the data, no problem. He's there. And I think it's the city of Nemours. Yeah, must be Nemours. Or Fontainebleau, perhaps. I'll just try to remember. I used to fly here. It's Nemours. And this is a big city south of Paris, and is 864. And please, Angel, can you show me the total energy? You know?
Okay, yes, confirming that is Nemours. Yes, confirming that is Nemours. Okay.
Yeah. You can see on the screen.
And it's making the task a little bit southern than the normal track, but progressing quite well.
yeah, and you can see the big green thing on the screen around Didier. You can see now in quite real satellite picture. It's a big forest around Didier, and he wants to have more altitude to cross this forest. So.
Well, it's back.
Yeah,
okay.
800 meters is quite low, and I think the weather condition in the local area of Buneau is not so good. We had better condition in the south part of the race because it was expected that it was a bit less moist on the south. So I think they had pretty good time. It was fun for them on the south part, but getting back home sometimes it's quite tricky. And Charlie Tango on the left was screen is Philippe de Péchy, and we believe, okay, he's high 1000 meters, and we believe he used perhaps his engine, or he just went back because he wants to be at the opening ceremony. But I think they will try to make this the last few kilometers with a small triangle. So let's get to. Can you show us the total energy we need to come back, Angel?
Right there.
No, this is the total distance.
No, there's total energy.
Total energy.
Okay, you want meters that they need to reach. Okay.
Exactly, yes, please.
You asked me total energy, I gave you total energy. Okay.
We have a supercomputer inside the system of tracking, and the numbers you can see on the left of the screen. It's what we call the goal arrival height. So it's when it's minus, they need more energy. So basically, Frederick Oyo, he needs 650 something meters to come back. He's managing to gain energy, even if just flying straight, I think. Let's go back to Delta Alpha. I know he's circling.
Fix Gert for you.
This is Gert. You will see in a few seconds we are focusing on another pilots coming from Belgium. Gert. Let's go to Gert. Yeah. Okay. Gert he has just made the last big turn point on the east, and he's on the last leg also, coming back to Buno. and he's from Belgium. It's the first Grand Prix he's making, and he told me, okay, I just come to have some fun, but then we'll know. He's flying high, a bit conservative, I believe, but it's a good way to come home, especially when the weather is not so good. And he's flying one of the older sailplane we have for this competition. It's called the Champion Ventus. It's from the mid 80s, but it's still really competitive because it was really good gliders in these years. And it's not the top of a glider, but it's still quite modern. So we will see. Lima Yankee, we can see sometimes some information about Lima Yankee. I just have to make some words about the scenery. Okay, we said it's flatland, but you can see it's really different on the right part and the left part of the screen. On the right part it's a lot of fields, and on the left part it's green, and we focus on Charlie Tango, Philippe Depechy. Now you can see the scenery with a much more focused, and you can see big fields. It's typical from this area of France, south of Paris. Big fields, easy, super easy when you want to land safely in a field here. And we are inside the cockpit of Philippe, and just on the left is the Essonne river valley. It's basically north-south valley going towards Paris. It's a nice valley. You have to visit here. And we are now on the wingtip of Philippe Depechy. It's crazy because we can go anywhere on the glider, and
Front in the
yeah,
back.
yeah, it's just crazy. The technology is good for that. And you can see that there is a small amount of relief. The terrain is not so flat when you are close to the ground, so you have to be careful. But yes, it's really easy to manage to be close to a big airfield. So it's really fun to fly here, even if it's low. And so I think perhaps Philippe will make a few last turn points. Okay, we are now back to general view. Yes. Now we are vertical. Oh yeah, thank you, Angel. We are just vertical of the airfield of Buno. Very nice. Two big tracks and good installation. It's really nice to fly here. I used to fly in 2003. It's a long time ago now, but I really liked to go in Buno and to fly in this environment. We are just 1 hour and something from Paris with a train station, so it's really easy. Okay, so yeah, it's interesting because Charlie Tango, Philippe Depechy, he just made one of the turn point around the airfield, and he's heading to report me Lafora. Just if you can focus on the small triangle of the last turn point. Yes, please. Okay, we have a great view. Thank you, Angel. About Charlie Tango position, and he just made Buno, and we will see in a few seconds if he wants to report me, or if he wants
looks now is climbing. So
yeah, and
his computer must be telling him that he needs a little more altitude.
Yeah,
and,
he's short of energy to make a report me on the top of the screen, and Vaudouin report on the right of the screen, and then back to the finish line. Just the finish line is just close to him now, but he still has to make these two reports turn points. You can see in red. So yes, the altitude is 780 meters, and it's close to the altitude we have seen yesterday with Kai Lindenberg.
Yeah, sadly.
So Philippe is okay. Today I don't want to make take any risks. So he's climbing a bit, and then he will make the last glide to the finish line. Can we have a view on Didier position? Yes, please. Okay. You don't see Didier because we lost some information, but you can see also Delta Alpha, Mr. Oyo, and Didier is a bit on the left of
seconds ago was.
It's still quite low, 700 something meters. You can see on the bottom left of the screen, 717, perhaps climbing. We don't know for now, not enough data. But okay, let's say that in 20 minutes he will be close to a final line. If he finds a good climb, a good lift to gain some altitude and some energy to glide. Can you click on Mr. Data Alpha just to have more information about him and send to the screen? Yes, thank you, Angel. It's very comfortable for me with Angel today. I will have to make the mission of Angel when he will leave us on Tuesday, I believe. Yeah. But I think he enjoys to be with
Indeed.
So thank you for coming, and I will manage for you to make a flight here because I want you to be low.
and sweating.
Yeah, perhaps sweating a bit, but yeah, you will enjoy because it's really beautiful and it's fun. It's really fun to fly here. So yes, what I call the leading race is DJ on Delta Alpha, Mr. Oyo. But then on the right of the screen, Charlie Tango is
making the triangle as promised.
Please go to Charlie Tango. Yeah. Okay, let's back to Charlie Tango, Philippe Depechy. We know that he didn't manage to make the eastern part of the race, but he wanted to test and to make some training on the last few turn points around the airfield. I know it's really important for them because they have to exactly know how much altitude, so how much energy they need to make this small triangle task. Okay, yeah, super great view. He just made the first report point and he's heading to the second one.
Village is.
This is Mille-la-Forêt. It's exactly the village we will go in a few minutes for the opening ceremony. So welcome in Mille-la-Forêt. It's a really nice place, Mille-la-Forêt, with a marketplace. We will go there for opening ceremony. And it's old town, center city. Really nice, really nice. In France, we have some really nice cities. Okay, let's focus out a bit. Yes, thank you. And Charlie Tango is rushing. You can see on the bottom left of the screen, altitude is 600 and something, but then it's ground speed. It's basically the speed Philippe is flying, 160. For people who are not making
every pilot has to have this thing in mind. Is a speed versus altitude. So they are converting the altitude into the speed, okay, and they need more altitude to gain more speed and more distance.
Yeah, and for people who are not making any sailplanes pro, sometimes the people will think that we are flying at low speed. We can fly at low speed, but the minimum speed is around
60, 70 kilometers, depending on the gliders. The old gliders usually were able to fly a lower speed in the 40s, 50s. The new gliders that are made from fiber carbon and usually the minimum speed is around 75, 80 kilometers per hour.
And you can see on the screen, on the bottom of the screen, Charlie Tango, Philippe Depechy is flying 170, 160. We have seen a top speed of 190 sometimes. So a sailplane is able to fly really fast. The maximum speed for Philippe Depechy normally on the type of sailplane is flying is 270 km per hour. Yeah. So let's imagine you are in a car and you race at 270. And this is really fast, and this is a beautiful fact in sailplane sport. We can fly super fast, and it's super safe and fun, so it's good. So we had a question about from a guest on internet about what was the conditions, the special condition for gliding for today, and especially the strength of the thermals, what we call the lifts. So, and it's the vertical speed, and today I believe it was a bit smooth, if I can say, in the local area. So perhaps 1 meter per second, and a bit more when there was more sun. And on the south it was quite good, expecting 2.5 meter per second. So normally 2.5 meters it's a bit above the average conditions we have here in France, and I believe sometimes they took really good thermals up to 3 meters and 3.5 meters. So I open, you can see Philippe Lepage is crossing the finish line, and just in front of us is the airfield and the track we call this track the 28. Yes. And I was speaking about the strength of the thermals. The pilots they manage the energy of a sailplane, and so the altitude, but they manage also, exactly as you said, Angel, the speed they use. And the more you have lifts, strong lifts, the more you will fly fast between two lifts. It's quite of basic we are using every day in our sport. So basically, if you want to win, you have to find the best lifts, the strongest lift, so you can fly the fastest. Okay, so Charlie Tango is now landed, and we can go back to DJ House. Okay, so I will click on Mr. DJ, and you make this to send it. Yeah, I'm learning back.
Well, you are a master on this. You did a tremendous job in South Africa.
Yeah, thank you, but I need to practice. It's like speaking in English, as you can see. I think my accent is a bit better than yesterday, and tomorrow it will be a bit better than today, etc., etc. But yes, DJ. Oh, DJ is still low, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. 570. Oh, it's pulling now, so it's gaining altitude, just transforming the speed in altitude, and we are losing a bit of data. So we are waiting for DJ to go back a bit closer to the airfield, because we have a big antenna collecting all the data from all the pilots. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Interesting altitude, yeah. Alain Mazorra is not on the screen. Alain is flying close to the valley on the south, around 100 kilometers of the airfield, and we can see it's interesting because he's much higher than all the pilots who are closer to the airfield. So it confirms that I was guessing that it was much better on the south, and it is much better condition for them on the south. But then for all the pilots coming back to the airfield, so they are just east of the big forest of Fontainebleau. You can see the big green thing just on the right of Puno airfield. And there is a gruppetto. Gruppetto is the people who are... Oh, no, not this. The gruppetto is the people who are just on the right of this big forest. And inside this group there is Jacques Palluot. Jacques is from Brittany. He was with me for World Championship few weeks ago as a crew. He was helping the groups, and he made a tremendous job. And Jacques is now 1,200 meters high. We will focus on him. Yes, let's go like this. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, Jacques is 1,200 meters, and he's climbing. It's circling. You can see on the screen the trace is making some circles like this. So this means he's gaining altitude. He's in a bubble, a warm bubble, a thermal, what we call a thermal, and he's gaining altitude with this bubble gaining altitude. So he's making more energy and more energy. Jacques he flew yesterday, just a short flight at the end of the day because he just arrived, and he wanted to check that everything was okay on his Sailplane. And today he's making the race. I'm really happy with that because he just made before a few Grand Prix, but it was only Grand Prix in Rennes, the former French Grand Prix. And Rennes is close to his home base in Brittany, but it's the first Grand Prix out of Brittany. So I'm really happy he came, and he's using a Ventus 2 BXR type of glider we are using for World Championship, and I think he will have a big smile on his face tonight because he made a good job. And on the screen you have also Lima Yankee and Gertz Lima Echo. So can you have Lima Yankee and Lima Echo as information, please? Yes, perfect. Okay, let's focus on Lima Yankee and Lima Echo because we believe that Lima Yankee, Kai Lindenberg, he's one of the top pilots, so he will want to beat, at least get the Pelmaner who is with him. So I'm really happy for Gert because it's the first flight he's making here, and it's with top pilots, so it's good. It's really good. As you can see, they are circling as Jacques, so they are gaining altitude, they are gaining energy as they need more energy to go back to Buno home base. We have no more information from Didier. I hope he's not too low. We have two main types of sailplanes here for this competition. They are all 15 meters. So when I say 15 meters, it's 15 meters wingspan. So from one tip of the wing to the other tip. And we are back another time. Just sorry, we have some technical problems, but we will fix this for the first official race tomorrow. So no worry. But then it's life. It's like this. So Angel, you just focus and you put your finger on Zulu Alpha on the bottom left of the screen. What do you think?
I don't think that has been able today the 1,000 kilometers. I may be wrong, but this is my gut feeling. But I see that it's coming back home and looks that safe, and that is the important thing to do. Okay. And in the other side, I was also mentioning to you that Echo Lima and Charlie are having very good altitudes, very good for this kind of terrain. Okay, in the order of 1,400 meters, and I believe, depending of the wind, but I believe that they have enough altitude at least to reach Buno, and from there to make the short triangle of the finish task. Yeah, we ask all the pilots to be here in Buno at around 5 o'clock or something, because we have to manage to go to the opening ceremony. So in a few minutes we will say you goodbye at the end, even if this practice race is not finished. I'm sorry for that, but you will be able to follow the race in 2D if you want on the SGP.aero website, so no problem for that. But no more commentary. We are sorry. We are on duty for today. Anyway, yes. You have the 2D information there and how to get there. Yeah, exactly on the screen. Thank you, Angel. You have all of the information. If you put as a website sgp.aero/France 2017, it's enough. Then you have all the menus and everything. You will sort it out. On the race coverage, you have the links to the 2D coverage. Okay, let's go back to the 3D view. If you can do it for me. Yes, perfect. And yeah, we are back with DID. So DG House is now really close to the airfield, and I would like to have the energy, the gauge of energy, if he has enough altitude to make the. He has 9 kilometers to the field, okay? Yes, it's just 9 kilometers from Buno Airfield, so basically it's 9 kilometers from the finish line, but he still has to make these 9 kilometers plus the 6 or 7 kilometers to go north, to go to Report Me, and then another 6 kilometers to go to Vaudoué Report, just close to him now, and then back to the finish line, 6 kilometers. So it's 6 by 3. It's a short 20 kilometers left, and 27 from the computer. Yeah. On the bottom of the screen, on
the left, you have several information: altitude, 900 and something for Didier, the speed, 110 something, then the vario, so vertical speed is losing each seconds 3.9 meters, and then the total distance he has flown and the distance left. This is what we are looking for now. It's just 27 kilometers. And with the altitude, so the energy of Didier, 800 and something meters, it's not enough. He would have to find some energy somewhere around the airfield to make it. Okay, you have a general overview of the race and all the pilots now. Okay. The point of Angel is interesting about the fact that some of the pilots are really high now. We have seen a lot of times 1,000 meters, 1,100, but then Jacques Palliot and Christophe Chum, they are at 1,400 and something. So it's quite high for today. I think it was one of the top altitude of the day, even the southern part of the task of the race, and so it's a good job. I think they want to come back home and not too late now. So we will say you goodbye for today. We have made some technical tests, as you can see, and we have made some crash testing of a computer here. But we did our best. I hope you enjoyed the day. I would like to thank you another time, Angel, and also to introduce my video team. They are just right of me in the black box. We are in a black box, basically. You can imagine it's really dark, and it's quite it's okay. For the coldness is good, but we will do our best for the next few days. But thank you, guys. It's perfect. It's not your fault if we crash some computers. So it will be better tomorrow. So thank you, Angel.
And see you tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye. Enjoy.
Bye.